What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And guys, we have a first time ever match in AEW and probably for their entire careers. We have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Chris Jericho tomorrow night at Beach Break. At AEW, as I am watching Supernatural Season 1, I decided to make this video because Ciampa wants Jericho's head on his wall. He came into AEW, won the TNT Championship from Mark Briscoe, and now is going head-to-head with the man that started the whole company. One of the forefront pillars of AEW, Chris Jericho. He wants to prove to AEW management that he is AEW championship material. And if he has to go through one of the biggest sharks to get a bite at the AEW World Championship, so be it. Tommaso Ciampa, Chris Jericho, tomorrow night at Beach Break will be probably one of the most, I'm going to say, famous matches in AEW history. Yes, and AEW Dynamite history. Because he's out for blood. And yes, we all know that Jon Moxley bleeds everywhere. But some people don't bleed. Now, Tommaso Ciampa wants Jericho's blood. He's already tasted it once. But that was just an appetizer. Said tomorrow night, that's the main event. There will be bleeding. There will be weapons. And there will be a winner. Now, this match should be in a steel cage, but no. Just a one-on-one match to figure out how many holds it's going to take to keep them both down. But who's going to get the hold on them both? We'll just have to find out. As Tommaso Ciampa has 105 holds against Jericho's 104. Or 1,004. Is it going to be the running knee, the walls of Jericho, the lion tamer, the butterfly effect? Who's going to win this match? As we have the first time ever in AEW history, 30 years of Jericho versus Tommaso Ciampa. A 30-year vet versus Ciampa. They both came from the rival promotion WWE. But Jericho is the first ever AEW World Champion. Tommaso Ciampa needs to prove that he's AEW Championship material. And what a way to do that by defeating the first ever AEW World Champion. Ciampa's career was dying in WWE. And the first night he jumped ship, he calls out Mark Briscoe for a match. His first match, he wins the TNT Championship, has 3 weeks with the championship. He tries to get it back. He goes with FTR for a bit. But now he's going back to singles action. And he calls out the biggest fish in the pond. Jericho. And now everybody thought he was going to jump ship back to WWE, go back home as they call it. But no, Jericho came back to AEW all smiley, all smiles and rainbows and candy canes. Not as a heel. We don't have the list yet. But do you know what happens when you piss off Tommaso Ciampa? When you come back to my expense, I don't get to call you bald. No one calls me bald. Jericho, you just made the list of people I have to demolish to get the AEW World Championship. Now, will Tommaso Ciampa be a champion next year in AEW? The AEW World Championship champion? Maybe. But maybe he just has to defeat Jericho. He didn't defeat Darby for the AEW World Championship back when he was champion, but Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Darby, and MJF are the 4 pillars of AEW. So defeating Jericho is 1 point in the mission to become AEW World Champion. Then defeating Darby. Then defeating Sammy. And then going up against the biggest shark in the pond. The 3-time AEW World Champion, MJF. And if he loses tomorrow to Kenny, it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Kenny. Maybe at a pay-per-view before All In. Kenny Omega gets the win. Will Ospreay wins the championship against Kenny Omega. And man, Brav is going to become the new AEW World Champion. But this is only a stop in the right direction of Tommaso Ciampa asking and demanding for an AEW World Championship title match by defeating Jericho tomorrow night at Beach Break. Do you guys see it happening? Tommaso Ciampa defeating Chris Jericho on his way to becoming the AEW World Champion very soon in his AEW career. I do. Do you see Johnny Gargano jumping ship to AEW and reuniting with his best friend? Maybe. But that worked out so well last year in WWE. But whatever. Jericho, Tommaso Ciampa, tomorrow night at Beach Break. Do we see Tommaso Ciampa defeat Chris Jericho? Or do we see Jericho defeat Tommaso Ciampa? I'm going Ciampa. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please hit that subscribe button right here. Right here. Guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And guys, I'm out. Peace.